Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another episode of Earl Sports Bets. And today we've got another NHL slate we're going to be going over. We have 7 games on today's slate. But before we get into the video, before we get into the recap of what happened yesterday, you guys know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at Earl Sports Bets. You can also follow us on our social medias at Bets Earl on Twitter, at Earl Sports Bets on Instagram. We also have a Discord chat if you guys want to join that. The link to that will be in the description of the video down below. And we also have merch if you guys want to look at that and get some Earl Sports Bets merch. The link to that will also be in the description of the video down below. And as always, leave your best bet in the NHL in the comment section below. All right, recap of what happened yesterday. We had a much better day yesterday, and we went 3-1. We'll start with the first game, the only loss we had of the day. New York Rangers and Washington Capitals under 6. Now, I felt good about this bet. I really did. It was 0-0 at the end of the first. Halfway through the second period is when Washington scored their first goal. I was like, okay, it's 1-0. Halfway through the game, under should be a pretty decent play now. And then the Capitals scored 2 more goals in the second period, which I'm like, okay, fine. They need to score 3 for me to push, so I should be okay. Until they go off for 6 goals combined in the third period to rocket that total above that 6. And that was not a fun end to that game. The third period was not nice to me there. But the rest of the day was New Jersey and Boston under 5.5. That was probably the easiest under bet I've ever cashed in hockey so far. 1-0. It was a very nerve-wracking at the end if you were backing New Jersey with those 2 really close calls. Boston scored, but then Krejci was pushing into Blackwood, and then Blackwood had another, oh my god, amazing save with like less than 2 seconds left, where the puck was like that close, less than that close to going into the net. So that was a crazy end of the game there. And I actually had a small little parlay last night with New Jersey, with Anaheim, with Florida and Nashville, which cashed $2.50 parlay I had, and it cashed me $75. I was like, awesome, cool. Florida last night, they took care of business. They beat the Stars 4-1. I thought it was just so disrespectful that this Florida Panthers team was getting that disrespected. Like, plus 103 against a struggling Dallas Stars team. I felt that was too easy. And we talked that even with Barkov out, this Florida team is still a very talented team. And then Nashville, they had a 2-0 lead. Chicago scored 2 goals in a row. Kind of worried me at the end there. But then I think Roman Josi scored the game-winning goal. And Nashville wins 3-1. Cashed that bet as well. So we went 3-1 yesterday. A good day. Couple plus money cashes. And we are now 164 and 149. So we're 52.4%. So doing pretty good on the year. Let's get into today's slate, though. We are starting it off with the New York Islanders and the Pittsburgh Penguins here. Minus 106 for the Islanders, plus minus 104 for the Penguins. Basically a pick 'em here. And looking at this game, I really I'm looking on the side of the Islanders here. The last game these two teams played, Brian Rush scored, I believe, 3 or 4 goals. And they won, I think, 6-2, 6-3. And I expect a bounce back game here from the Islanders here. Pittsburgh's still without Malkin. They're still without Bluger. Zucker's on the IR. They don't have Tanev. So this is still a beat-up Penguins team. And I don't expect them to be able to do that again to the Islanders. The Islanders are too good of a team, I feel, to get beat like that back-to-back games. I like the Islanders here, minus 106, to get a nice bounce-back performance and get the win versus the Pittsburgh Penguins here. It's going to be Semyon Varlamov versus Tristan Jarry. So a nice little matchup there. But give me the Islanders here, minus 106 for the first game here. I think this the injuries catch up to Pittsburgh here, and Islanders get a win tonight. They get back in the win column. This is a very talented team, arguably I think the best team in the East. So I like the Isles here. I understand that the Penguins are 15-3-1 at home this year, but this is an Islanders bounce back spot that I really like. Our next game we're looking at here is the Edmonton Oilers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. -143 for the Leafs, +129 for the Oilers. It looks like we're getting Mike Smith and confirmed Michael Hutchinson, which is a interesting move for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I was thinking they were going to go Campbell. Mike Smith is confirmed. I thought they were going to go Campbell. He's been looking really, really good, but they went with Hutchinson instead. He's 3-2 with a .922 save percentage, 2.39 goals allowed per game, so he's not doing terrible either. Going up against Mike Smith, and I'm going to go back to this Oilers train here. My +129. They were up 3-1 last game, and they just blew that lead. I thought that this was definitely a game where I had a +220 in regulation bet with the Oilers, which unfortunately did not go the way I was hoping to. No major injuries for either team, other than Frederik Andersen for Toronto, but it's Michael Hutchinson regardless in net. So I like Edmonton Oilers here, +129 versus the Toronto Maple Leafs to get the win here. Next we have the Philadelphia Flyers taking on the best team in the NHL, the Buffalo Sabres. That's blatant sarcasm. -191 only for the Flyers against a Buffalo team that's lost their last 17 games. You can get Buffalo for 172, +172. I wouldn't be going to this game at all. I'm not looking at a side. I'm not looking at a total for this game. I want to stay completely away from these teams. These are two teams I don't want any action on at all. Looking at this Buffalo side, they're just awful right now. They're still missing McCabe. They're still missing Eichel. Who knows if Taylor Hall is going to get traded. Thompson's day-to-day. This is a team where I don't want anything to do with Buffalo. The only thing that's positive for them is Linus Ullmark is back and he is starting. I believe he started the other game as well. So maybe that can start to lead to bet a little bit more unders for this Buffalo team. But I definitely don't think I'm going to be going and betting the Sabres anytime soon. If it would be, it would be tonight against a struggling Flyers team, which doesn't appear to have any major injuries. So this is a really concerning sign for this Philadelphia Flyers team. I think this is a get-right spot for them. I would lean towards the Flyers. I like the value on the Buffalo Sabres, but no way I'm betting either of these sides right now. These are two teams that haven't proved anything to me, and no thank you for this game. Our next game is, the Colorado Avalanche and the Anaheim Ducks. -415. That is the largest number I've seen all year. And I don't argue with it too much. Obviously, I'm not laying -415 on the Colorado Avalanche tonight, and -167 on the puck line, which is absolutely absurd. You can get Anaheim for +359, and I low-key want to take Anaheim just for that huge number. You can also get nice plus money on them on the puck line, +1.5 at +147. That may be an interesting way to go at it as well, because for some reason this Anaheim team always seems to play the Colorado team semi-close. So it's an interesting way to go at it as well. Looking at this game, Byram is going to be out again, or he's day-to-day for Colorado. I'm seeing if there's any other injuries here. No major injuries for these two teams. Ricard Raquel is day-to-day right now, so he may not play tonight. John Gibson is day-to-day, so he's not going to be playing tonight. It'll probably be Ryan Miller, and it's confirmed to be Philip Grubauer. This is an Anaheim team on a back-to-back, and this is a rested Avalanche team at home. So the obvious, Colorado is going to win this game. It's just by how much, really. And I have no interest in betting this game at all. If you want to try to get some action to this, team total over 3.5 at -155. This Colorado team's going to put up goals. So maybe the over 5.5, but that's kind of relying on Anaheim to score as well, which they have been scoring a little bit more lately. But this game is complete pass for me. I don't want anything to do with it. This line has gotten way out of control. Minus 415 is absolutely not something I'm laying. Minus 167 to lay a puck and lay a goal and a half is something I ain't doing either. If I'm laying 1.5, I want at least a plus 115, plus 120, unless I'm not doing it. So this game is going to be a stay away again for me. So we're going to go on to this next game here between the LA Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. Minus 205 for the Knights, plus 184 versus the Kings. My projections is probably Calvin Peterson taking on Marc-Andre Fleury. Fleury looked a lot better in his last game against Colorado. And I don't see any major injuries. Brandon Lemieux is now with the LA Kings, but he's not going to be playing tonight for them. Pietrangelo is still not on the ice for the Vegas Golden Knights. Something else to keep in mind there. But I feel like this is a Vegas and over spot. I'd probably lean towards the over. I'm not playing it. Not playing the over in this one. But if I were have to play a side or total, I'm going over 5.5. Then maybe Vegas puck line. I feel like this is a spot where they're going to try to revenge their last loss. And this is a spot where I can see them winning 4-2, 5-2 type of game. So I lean Vegas puck line. I lean over 5.5. I'm not betting either of them. Next game we have the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Calgary Flames. Minus 106 for the Flames, minus 104 for the Jets. My projection is Connor Hellebuyck in net for the Winnipeg Jets. Jacob Markstrom is confirmed for the Flames. No major injuries for this team, for either team. So nothing out of the ordinary there. And looking at last game, this Calgary team looked a lot better. Lindholm looked good. Monahan fine. Kachuk, Giordano looked good as a captain, or their captain looked good there. And I'm gonna go right back to Calgary tonight. I feel like this is another spot where they're trying to push to keep their season alive, and I think we're gonna get a good performance out of Calgary again tonight. Laying the minus 106, I'm not opposed to doing. I think this is gonna be a good close game, and this is a spot where Winnipeg. I like Winnipeg a lot this year, so I don't like betting against them too much, but I feel like this is a good spot for Calgary. They're on a day off here after getting a good win, starting to feel better about themselves after a very poor stretch. So I like Calgary again tonight. I think they can get the win. So I'm going to take the Flames here, minus 106 versus the Winnipeg Jets. And our final play of the day, our final game of the day is going to be the Minnesota Wild taking on the San Jose Sharks. Minus 154 for the Wild, plus 139 for the Sharks. And looking at this game, Zach Parise is still going to be out for Minnesota. Foligno is out for Minnesota. And my projected goalies are Cabo Kakkonen and Martin Jones. Martin Jones has looked a lot better recently. But this is a Minnesota Wild team that I think is going to compete for a play. They're obviously, I think they're definitely a playoff team. They're going to compete for a top spot. Maybe they can compete with Vegas getting number 2 seed. They're playing really well. I like the way Cabo Kakkonen's been playing. Minus 154 is a little bit much. So, or I don't lay more than minus 145s. So we're going to go with the minus 105 on the regulation line for the Minnesota Wild tonight. I think they can get the win here versus a far less superior San Jose Sharks team. So we're going to lay the minus 105 on the regulation line versus the San Jose Sharks. All right. we're going to quickly recap over our plays for the day, and then we're going to head on out for this video. We're going with the New York Islanders in a bounce-back spot, -106 versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. We're going with the Edmonton Oilers here, +129 versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're going Calgary, -106 versus the Winnipeg Jets. And then we're going to be taking Minnesota Wild on the regulation line, -105 versus the San Jose Sharks. If this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at NHL Sports Bets. But that's going to just about do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe as always. And let's make some money. Let's catch some bets in the NHL tonight, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.